points of where you've learned different skills, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one thing about my life is I've been blessed just by the people that have been in my life. I mean, whether it was in my fight career with Greg Jackson and Keith Jardine and being led by people like that, this attention to detail, to tenacity, to curating a relentless attitude of growth, of, you know, just because there's a setback doesn't mean there's not growth that can happen from it. And that carried on, you know, it was like a skill transfer. I learned how to get good at the one thing, and then it's like I go into film work, and then what's the next thing? And then you see how somebody like Denzel Washington handles himself and curates really from tragedy to success. I mean, success is its own trouble. I saw Denzel go about, and he's got these original guys that he's had from the beginning that are with him all the time, because those are the 4 guys that he can trust in the world that aren't in his pocket, that don't know him as Denzel today, you know? To being on the set of The Mandalorian, which is kind of like, it's like being in a master class of film. And I get to be, I mean, Carl Weathers is there, and he's like one of my heroes from when I'm a little boy. I get to see Jon Favreau, who's in creation of this, and Dave Filoni, who's, you know, basically the offspring of George Lucas. And I'm in this magical show where I don't know how I got here, but just by doing the next thing that I love and trying out and throwing my heart into it. And then they go, hey, would you like to do this? And to be in that, and to be in the creation of that. And to this last year, a guy that was one of my fight partners, a brother to me, Keith Jardine, also has a career kind of similar to mine. And he wrote, you know, he wrote his own creation. And we filmed that last December, a little psychological thriller called Killer Cafe. To make something that you've made, that you've designed and put together with your friends is by far the greatest thing there is for me. And I say that to anybody that is like, has an interest in film or something like that. Everybody's got a beautiful story inside them, their own perspective of how they look at life. And those are all the stories that we see. And if anybody can be encouraged to germinate that seed and let it grow, that story is the story that people need to hear. And that's the one that's the most beautiful to make. I've been blessed to be on some really big shows in this world. And the very best thing is when I get to play with my friends, and it's like you gotta, you know, I felt like I had to get to a certain elevation to get there, and that's just not true. Favreau got in because he wrote Swingers. There's you know, Vin Diesel wrote his own show and he got it. It's like all these people, wherever you look, Matt Damon, like everybody in the world that is there, there's very few people that are just like, yeah, we'd love to have you in the film, but it's most people. Mindy Kaling wrote her own show to get in, and so it's like, I was just telling somebody, Mr. In Between, there's a dude here in Australia that wrote his own show to come into the business. And so all that's available. I mean, and I think in my business, people lose the magic of what that is because they're chasing the job. And then it's like, well, where's the passion or the love for what you're doing? It's like, it's inside the work that you create that you can express. Anyway, yeah.
Well, you have a lot of passion for a lot of different things in life, whether it be fitness, nutrition, film. How do you find the balancing all of those passions and finding space for it in life?
Like I said, I think that it's the people that I've been blessed to know. And so, you know, I've got a coffee company called Caveman Coffee. We started about 10 years ago. And that's just because Keith and Lacey and I loved coffee. And so we threw our hat in that realm and we picked it up, and it kind of worked concurrently with all the other things that we were doing. We all worked in the film business to some degree also. My gym, I kept going because, you know, it's a thing where you start to, you know, first you're training people, you train yourself, and then people, and then you're training people to train other people. And so you start to become a coach to coaches, and how can they carry that on? And so now the gym runs without me completely and is under the helm of a couple other guys that do that. And there comes a point when you can't say yes to too many things, right? And I used to, as a younger man, just say yes to everything because I just wanted to be at the party. Like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. And then I start to see that, you know, what defines you then is what you say no to. and what I can't be a part of, and so that I can be more strategically focused on the things that I want to make powerful. And so that's kind of, it's a growing thing, you know. It's like this life is like being in a river, right? And it's not the same river, so it's not like I can make static rules or boundaries for what the thing is now. I have to learn how to flow with the river, you know? Get on my Bruce Lee shit.
And amongst those many things, you've been involved with the podcasting world as well.
Yep.
You've got a show called Pirate Life Radio.
Pirate Life Radio, yeah.
How'd you find what was your inspiration of starting that? Is there anything in particular?
Well, I used to bodyguard Joe Rogan, and so Joe Rogan's got a small podcast that's out there, and he encouraged me, to put my voice out. He says it's necessary. People need more positive influences out there, and so I did that, and I loved doing that. And in 2019, I got smashed. I've traumatic brain injury is a part of my story, and I got a really bad injury in 2019, and so everything stopped for me then, and I thought my life would stop, and so it's just kind of been recovery since then. But that's one of the things that I look to getting back towards is Pirate Life Radio, and starting to talk about the healing journey of traumatic brain injury, which everybody from combat sports, football, soccer, stunt business, like, it's not a matter of if you get a head injury, it's like you're living a concussive life, and you're gonna have to deal with head injuries later, and your family won't understand. You know, they call it an invisible injury because it just looks like your character changes, and it's a very real thing. And I mean, it's like in the States we have, I don't know what your numbers are here, but we have 20 guys that come back from war that kill themselves every day. And that's from the downstream effects of explosions and traumatic brain injury. And so, I'd like to do what I can to help those guys recover, and just to say you're not alone, because it feels like you're alone, and it's just not true. But it's hard to tell the brain that when the brain's ill.
Incredible message. We're going to jump into some audience questions. So if you have anything, start popping your hands up. I've got one more question before we run into that. Just gauging some. Who's got some questions? Beautiful. Is there a major takeaway or any specific moment that you most cherish in your career?
I mean, it's pretty cool to go to a premiere of a show and bring your mom. You know what I mean? It's like, to be able to say thanks to everybody that's helped me. You know, a guy told me a long time ago, he says, most people try to get even with people that have hurt them. He says you ought to focus on getting even with everybody that's helped you. And those kinds of mind shifts have changed my life.
That's awesome. Goosebumps. I love that. We got our first question just over here. Very fitting.
Hello there. Hello there. Oh, hello there.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I feel like we have the same voice.
Me too. What is your favorite part about playing Paz Vizsla?
What's my favorite part of it?
Yeah.
Man, it's cool to play a character like that I could create the movement for, and create, kind of the power of the character, as opposed to, I have a friend that played Darth Vader, and he's got to mimic somebody that played Darth Vader before, because there's a lot of people that are that character. So the autonomy of Paz, I like him also because, he's this heroic figure that holds the standard for what Mandalorian's integrity is, and he's unchanged throughout that, and it was a real honor to be able to do that. Yeah.
That's a great answer. I'll be dressed as Paz Vizsla tomorrow. I'll see you around.
Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Awesome. We got another one just at the front here.
Am I allowed to ask 2 questions?
Go ahead.
First of all, what was your favorite scene of The Mandalorian to be filmed in?
Boy, the first scene that I was in with when Emily Swallow came down as the armorer, and it's just me and her and Din, to see the beauty of that, of what it looked like. I had no idea what kind of show I was in really until then, and I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. And then I really like the scene where I give the speech to the whole covert and kind of unify everybody. I thought that was pretty powerful.
Also, are we gonna see you in your armor?
Can you see me in my armor?
Are you we going to?
I don't have any armor here with me today.
Oh, okay.
Yep, thank you.
Next up on this side.
Hi, welcome to Perth. And if you had the opportunity to create your own like Paz Vizsla spin-off show, you could choose what characters showed up, what the story was, who'd you work with, how would that go about?
What I'd really love to see is I'd love to see Mandalorian in its heyday. I'd love to see when everything was just shining and just that kind of a society, you know? The next thing I'd love to see is I'd love to see Ragnar's revenge. I'd love to see that whole arc and maybe come back as a ghost for him that guides him through it or something like that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Beautiful. One at the back here.
Is Ragnar Vizsla adopted?
Big question. That's the big brain on you, Metallica. You know, there's a lot of speculation about that, but there's a character that Bryce Howard played in an animation that I asked Filoni and he thought maybe, he's not sure either. There's a lot of speculation. We'll see what comes about.
Cool. One in the middle here.
You touched on it a little bit earlier, but the whole Star Wars production, what is that like day to day? How intense was it to film within that world?
To film Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Boy, it's all encompassing. That third season was just, you're fully absorbed, you're immersed in it, and it was beautiful. It's great in that way when I went to work like that on a job like that where I kind of had the opportunity to let go of the rest of my life and just pour myself into that. There's a real freedom inside of that. It's a transcendental kind of experience for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next one just to the back here.
Hi. I'm assuming you're a Star Wars fan. Do you have a favourite movie or character?
My favorite character, hands down, is, I'm an original Star Wars fan, right? So it depends when you're born, right? It depends on what your favorites are, it seems like. Chewbacca for sure is my #1 Star Wars character. Yeah. And then probably my second favorite character is the Armorer, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. I think we had one at the front here. Just over here.
What can you tell us about being on season 3 of The Ultimate Fighter and Team Shamrock?
Of The Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah.
It's a cool part of my history, I guess. I don't know. It's like all that stuff is like from the fights to the films to a coffee company to owning a gym. Like I just think of it like Earth School. Like we're all in Earth School. And what kind of classes do you want to take in Earth School? How do you want to develop yourself? Do you want to be more useful down the road for the days that you spent that have gone by? Or are you playing video games for those days? And that's just kind of always how I looked at my life, and I would look downstream at people that were 10, 20 years older than me, and I go, oh, they didn't do much in Earth School, and those are their results. And then I go, you fucking better get busy then, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of how I look at it. And I look at that time in that way, like let's throw my hat in the ring and see what it's like. And there's only one way to get your hat back, and that's to crawl over the fence. And it's been, looking back on it, it's magical in that way. Yeah. And I hope Ken's doing well. I don't know that he is, but God bless.
Excellent. Was there any other questions? I've got, while we're waiting to see if there's anyone else wants to ask one, is there a character that you've played that most resonates with yourself?
I think Paz. And then, if a character I wanted to play, people ask that. I hope they do a live action of Bad Batch. And I'd like to play a character called Wrecker. I think would be dope.
Also, you've I'm just looking at my notes here. You often play tough and rugged characters. Is there anything in particular that you're drawn to those roles, or how do you prepare for them?
Well, I think those roles are drawn to me, right? People go, oh, that's the guy that I'm thinking of that I wrote, and that's a lot of what my work is. I just played a line cook, a Russian line cook, like a fry cook in a diner, which is great. I'd like to get a professor role. Maybe I could be a pastor or something, but we'll see.
I can see it. I like it.
It's both. Yeah, it's both. I mean, it's like you get a certain amount of, there's certain jobs that people want you for.
Excellent. I've got some very fun, kind of silly rapid fire questions.
All right.
You want to go for it?
Sure.
We have a little bit more time. If anyone wants to ask any audience questions, pop your hand straight up in the air and one of our volunteers will come to you. But some rapid fire questions for you. What is your spirit animal?
Try Chewbacca.
Perfect.
Or my dog.
Even better.
Yeah.
I love that. What is your dog's name?
I've got Annie and Shaba.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Tait, you are stuck on a desert island. You can bring one item. What's it gonna be?
A bear. No, it's a little joke. I don't know if you get that. One item, I don't know. Jeez. A bear.
All right, there's a TV show starring you. What is the theme song?
The theme song?
Yeah.
Something from AC/DC, probably.
Yeah. Awesome. Do you have a go-to snack or food?
Either beef jerky or popcorn.
I love it. An ideal holiday?
An ideal holiday is probably Amsterdam. If I could, in some magical world, have my pups there with my lady.
Beautiful. A few this or that. DC, Marvel. DC or Marvel?
Marvel, for sure.
Pizza or burgers?
Burgers.
Pokemon or Digimon?
I don't have enough information about either. I'm not from that generation.
So fair. Cats or dogs?
Dogs all day.
If you could describe yourself as a color, what color would it be?
What color?
Yeah.
Purple.
Oh, perfect. That's all I prepared. Do we have any other last-minute questions before we wrap things up? There we go. They're coming
all right.
Out. They're coming out of the woodworks now. Yeah, we go right up the front. Coming up first. Oh, never mind. We're going to the back first.
Go ahead.
Is that working? Yep, awesome. Hey Tait, it's lovely to meet you, mate. Welcome to Perth.
Thank you.
I just had a quick question for you. So I'm a teacher, and I just wanted to hear what you had for life advice that I could give to my students.
One more time?
Some life advice I could give to my students, because I'm a teacher.
Oh, man. Follow what you love. Curate a skill set around that. Get as strong as you can, and help everybody around you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the front here.
Hey, you said that you're a Marvel fan, right? Which character do you like?
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine's pretty badass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolverine's pretty cool. I like Wolverine myself. I like Wolverine myself. Nightcrawler's the other one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dope.
Yeah, Nightcrawler, and also like Storm as well.
Can you name a good one from DC?
Batman.
There you go.
Wolverine kills him.
Oh man.
Way cooler, right? I mean, a rich guy with gadgets versus Wolverine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, adamantium claws. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to beat that.
Yeah. Or even Darkseid.
Who's your favorite Batman?
Villain?
Your favorite Batman?
I like Christian Bale.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Christian Bale. Yeah, I like, and also like Michael Keaton.
I go with Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
I think he's the best.
Yeah, Michael Keaton's pretty dope.
Yeah.
All right, we got our next question just in the middle here.
Why are we taking a bear to the desert island?
One time?
Why are we taking the bear to the desert island?
I don't know, there was a meme I saw last week, and it was all these, it was a bunch of people getting interviewed about, would you rather take a man or a bear? And I thought, well, I'd take a bear, I guess. I don't know.
All right, next one at the front here.
Yeah, is there any chance you're actually going to take a Marvel character or play a Marvel character?
We'll see, you know. This universe is bananas. If you would have asked me years ago, is there any chance you're going to be in Star Wars? Like, that seems ridiculous. But life is that way, so who knows? We'll see what happens.
So what character would you play if you had the choice?
I don't have that choice. They're very particular. Colossus? I don't know.
Oh, Colossus, great answer.
You do that well.
Was there any other questions?
Oh, God of War? Is that one?
God of War? That's a video game character, but I can see it.
Yeah, I'd like that.
it. I think there was a question at the back here, just on the other end, other end.
Real simple question, dark side or light side?
Well, I always go with the revolution, you know what I mean? And I think that's the light side of things.
Long live the Empire.
It seems to be doing well. I don't know if you look around the world.
All right, folks, I think we have time for one more question. If anyone, there you go, Joker at the back. How's that one?
This is the way.
Long live the rebellion.
Beautiful. If we, any other, I forgot what I was going to say. That's a great ending point we can ask. Any upcoming projects are you excited about pursuing that you can talk about?
I've got one that I just signed an NDA on, but that is going to be awesome, and you guys will see me back here for sure. And then I've got another one that's like a car heist kind of show called Fruit of the Forbidden Tree that we shoot in August. Killer Cafe will be out in October or something like that, and that'll be really dope. Little bits trickling out here and there. You'll see.
Beautiful. Everyone, please, a big round of applause. Tait Fletcher.
Thank you guys so much.
You can find him at his table throughout the weekend, and we've got another panel tomorrow. So please come back and have another opportunity to ask any other questions you'd love to. But yeah, another big round of applause. Thank you all very much.
Great to see you all. Thank you guys for coming.